Hello all and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss how to be rich in America. And there is one mantra that you need to follow. It's a mantra I follow, and ever since I started repeating this in my head, things have been turning around in my life. So I'm going to share this with you. But before I do that, I would love it if you hit the like and the subscribe. And drop down below what you think it takes to get rich in America. Also, this channel is not for me. This channel is for you guys. I would really appreciate it if you have any suggestions, any at all. Put it down in the comment. I would review it. The top 3 topics I find interesting, I will do a poll, and the winner of that poll will get a shout out, and I'll do that video exclusively about that topic. So let me share with you what this mantra is. So this is the #1 mantra I constantly repeat to myself. Being the average. Be different. Being different in America gets you rich. Think about it. 77% of the population is in debt. The amount of debt they have is $58,000. That is stressful. But once you start hearing everyone makes $58,000, you don't feel that bad. You say, well, that's the average. So everyone's doing the same thing I'm doing, so that's okay. Because no one wants to be different. If you feel like everyone else is going through what you're going through, well, then I guess it's not that bad. But the problem is a lot of us don't wake up from that. And the ones that do is the one that gets rid of those debts as quick as possible to get that stress out of your life. You start to realize being like everyone else is just being a life in debt. Currently, the credit card balances had hit $1 trillion for the first time ever. That tells me this: everyone that looks like they're rich are not rich. They're living a life on credit. And we are trying to match with these people. Why? They are in massive debt. You can't do that. Be different. Don't have credit cards. Pay them off. That's the way you get rich. Mostly everyone will tell you the worst debt to have is consumer debt, which is credit cards. You don't want that in your life, especially those little tricky buy now, pay laters like Affirm. You want to stay away from these things. Be different. Once you see society is doing one thing, you do the opposite. Affirm is starting to become very popular. It's gonna be a lot of ads out there gonna entice you to use it. Don't use it. Be different. And I know a lot of people using all these reward points with credit cards, and they talk about how great that is. Listen, just pay for your own vacations. You do not want to rely on credit cards. Could be a very, very scary thing. As I said, be different. Use cash. Save up for it. Maybe use your credit card for small little purchases you know you could pay off in the end of the month. But do not have the mentality of you're trying to go to this vacation next year, so you're going to swipe, and that's going to be the way to go on vacation. If that's the only way you go on vacation, then you're not going to be rich. The most successful driven people in America do not do this one thing: drink alcohol. But if you look around, the average person always has 1 or 2 or 3 or more drinks. If you want to be rich in America, you need to be focused. Whatever hustle you got, whatever business you're working on, you want to be sharp, awake, alert. Why you want to spend the night out drinking, waking up the next day sluggish, not being productive? It's not a thing you want to do. So be different. When everyone's out drinking and partying and having all this great time, say no, you don't want to drink. And there is something that's going to happen, and it does get difficult. But you got to live your life saying, listen, I don't give a is this. People are going to start saying, why are you not drinking? Oh, you think you're better than us? You're going to feel odd. You feel like you don't fit in. But who cares? You have a mission you're going for. You have a family to support. You have personal goals you're trying to reach. And you live this life once, so aim for that. The average person as well has too much pride and too much ego, and is ashamed to be different. I understand how difficult that could be. I've been through it myself. I was always afraid to be different. And when you are different, as soon as you take that first step, you are reminded constantly about the decision you're making, how bad it is, you shouldn't do that. Everyone has something negative to say. But this is what I learned. The only reason why they have something negative to say is because they know you're about to do something that's going to make them feel like they need to do something. If you start to live a healthier life, they're going to feel bad about it because they know that's what they should be doing. If you're going to quit your corporate job and you're going to start your own business, they feel bad because they don't have the courage to do what you're about to do. But the problem is, you need to understand People are gonna say what they're gonna say. You just need to be different and not care. That ego, that pride, and feeling like, oh, if I'm a failure, if it doesn't work, leave it alone. Because the problem is this: the most biggest regret you will have in life is the things you did not do. And what's even worse is the fact that you didn't do it, not because you didn't want to, because you were afraid of what people were gonna say. Getting healthy will make you feel more energetic. It will make you feel confident. That's the things you would need in order to be different. And simply just going to the gym is different. The average American does not go to the gym. So that whole health is wealth is very true. Because listen, you want to live in this world as long as you can. If you're going to perform things, you want to perform it at the highest possible rate. So that's why health is always number one on your list. And I know it's difficult. You drive around, you see McDonald's, everyone at work is ordering out. There's so many things, there's so many easy ways to consume junk in your life. But you gotta say no, and it takes discipline. And in order to be rich in America, that's the thing you need as well, is discipline. So practice it with the little things in your life. I have done all these things in my life as well. I go to the gym routinely. I cut back fast food as much as possible. I have kids, so sometimes I sneak it in. But it's a very minimum thing. That's not my dinner every day, and that's not my lunch. Because I got a goal, I got a vision. I'm trying to get my channel blown up, trying to start businesses. There's so many things that I want to do that, hey, I got a lot of catching up to do because, as I said, I was living the average life, and that got me nowhere. And I'm realizing being different, going right, everyone's going left, is what's gonna help me reach that spot. The average person's life, which they call a success, is this: graduate high school, go to college, get a job, retire in 60. Simple step. That is such a herd mentality. As soon as you go to college, sometimes you get student loans, get the job that you couldn't wait to have. But once you get that job, then you recognize you gotta pay back all these student loans. And you got a little too much student loans that you should have had. You got some to support your lifestyle, which now costs you even more, which is worse, because now you got a job and you're paying for your lifestyle in college, and you're continually paying it. You might put it on an IBR, which reduces your monthly payments for your student loans. So now you're paying a small amount, which making this loan stick around for the rest of your life. And you're recognizing this is not the life that you always wanted, because the reason was you never stopped as soon as you graduated high school and said, what is it that I truly want to do? And is college the only route? So many successful people had not gone to college and is making more than college graduates. That's not to say education is bad, not at all. But you want to be different. The average person who goes to school, they want to party and not really prioritizing education. If you go in school and thinking education as some tools to learn for you to come out of college to start your own business, you're in great shape. A lot of people don't see that. They see college as a place to get a career. That way they can have a job and make someone else money while they get the crumbs. Stop being a crumb eater. You want to get the big pie. You also need to be extremely curious. Curiosity needs to be the number one thing in your life. When you see someone living this rich life, you ask why? How did they do it? You might be surprised. Some say credit card debt, all this credit debt, but some might not. And the beautiful thing about a library is this: there's autobiographies of people who already did it, and they're telling you how to do it. The problem is we want the simplest version and the easiest way to get there. But if you recognize nothing in life that's worth having is easy, it takes a lot of work. And a lot of us do not want to work hard. That's where being different and having an attitude of not being like the average gets you far. You see, because the average person doesn't want to wait. But if you wait and you're patient and you're curious, you will be the one to reap all the rewards, while everyone that is undisciplined is stopping before they get to the point where they get to reap the rewards. Ask questions, be curious. I asked so many questions and I was always very, very shy. The way I overcame that was this: even a genius asks questions, which is true. And no question is a stupid question. The only stupid question is the question that was not asked. Because you are willing to not learn something and not fully understand something just because you didn't want to ask. You will not learn what you don't ask. And if you want to be rich, you need to ask how they get rich. And if it's simple and if it's a hard process, that's what you gotta do. Because getting rich is very easy and it's very simple. All you gotta do is save, invest, rinse and repeat. Start your own small business, see where it goes. If it fails, you learn from it, start again. You keep on building. You see what other mistakes people made. You build from that. Eventually, you have no choice but to succeed, because the average American does not want to do what you're doing. And the fact that you are the small percentage of people doing it means you have a higher percentage of making success in America. So really, that's the number one secret. Be different and stop caring what anybody says. So that's the number one mantra I repeat to myself, is be different. Think about it. A lot of people cannot do a YouTube video. It makes them paranoid. I was one of them, until one day I said, screw it. Now here I am, I'm confident in front of a microphone and in front of a camera, and I'm just doing videos. Whatever it is that's holding you back, you gotta just say, F it, and do it. Because everyone that's watching you grow is admiring what you're doing. They just can't say it because they're afraid to make that change. And you might be able to be the one to assist them to get that change. Not by saying it, by doing it. Because trust me, when you step out of that average life and you're doing something different, people do take notice. And if you notice, the people in life who are the happiest and they feel the most fulfilled are the people that are doing things different. They don't work in corporate America. They have their own business. They don't ask to go on vacation. They go on vacation whenever they want. They don't look at menus in restaurants from the right to the left. They look at it from the left to the right. That's where you need to be in your life. And that's where I'm aiming to be in my life. And once I get to that point, I know I will live the fulfilled life. And I want you to do the same. So drop a comment below and let me know, who is holding you back? Is society holding you back? Or you yourself holding you back because you're afraid of failure? Thank you all, and see you in my next video. And hopefully you go about your journey not scared and being bold and courageous.